Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Life with Liz. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Turn on your post notifications. That way you'll be notified every time your girl posts a new video. Good morning, guys. I am waiting on my parents. Today is my mom's hopefully last physical therapy appointment. We'll see what they say once they do measurements and stuff on her. I will try to vlog. I don't know how personal it's going to get, so I will try to vlog. If not, I will definitely let you guys know about the appointment afterwards, but I'm just waiting for them to get here and we're gonna take off. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, so my parents just got here. They're waiting for me out here outside. It's a gorgeous day. I brought my sweater just in case, because sometimes I get cold, but it's such a nice day. It'd be a nice day to walk or just be outside. But yeah, beautiful day. So we're gonna head out to my mom's appointment and I will see you guys there. Alright guys, so we are here at my mom's appointment. Gotta fill out some paperwork and then I guess she'll get moving on that bike. I think that's what she's gonna do, but we shall see. Alright guys, and there she goes. She stays on there for about 5 minutes. And she has something like this at home, so she'll be able to keep this up at home as well. Alright, so now they have her here up on the wall where she stretches. She puts one foot forward first and then the other one. That way stretches out her ankles and all that. Alright, and then this is another exercise that she does. She has to sit and then stand up 20 times. Alright, so now they have weights on her ankles and she goes up to her tippy toes and goes back down. And then I think she's gonna like march in place with those as well. Alright, so now she's gonna do this 20 times on one leg, 20 times on the other leg, and then she's gonna kick back with each leg to lift it back 20 times each leg as well. They're working her today. Hey guys, so obviously I'm home. My mom's appointment went really well. Today my mom graduated from physical therapy for her ankle. Yay! She's doing really good with her ankle. She's been having knee pain, so we brought that up to the physical therapist today. And so we're going to have to go to the doctor so that she can get physical therapy on her knee. And the physical therapist said that usually happens. He said it could even go up to her hip depending on where she was injured, whatever it was that had happened. But he says typically the knee and the ankle always go together. So he said once her physical therapy is approved for her knee, they'll be working both the knee and the ankle. So I'm gonna set up an appointment for my mom with her primary care physician so that we can get her referred to get physical therapy for the knee. But all in all, gosh, compared to how we were just a few months back and my mom's poor foot and how she wasn't even walking, and she stayed like that for like 3 months before, she really got serious about wanting to do anything. My poor mom, she was just suffering. And now to see her, even her on the bike, doing all that stuff, all the different little exercises that they have for her, just the bike alone. I mean, she's jamming on that thing. But even just to see her walking, I know she's walking with a limp and all that, but she wasn't able to walk before at all. So I'm super grateful that we're getting her back on track and where she needs to be. So I am very grateful, very thankful that she's doing well. Got home, we already ate dinner. We ended up getting Chinese food, but still sticking to my diet. I got soup, the sizzling rice soup, but with no rice. So it was just the meat, the veggies, and the broth. And it was still really, really good. Very filling. It feels like it's been a long time and it's only been a few days. But we'll see how long I can last. We'll see how long I can last on this. We do have an appointment tomorrow, and I will try to vlog right before we go to the appointment, so that I can let you guys know what the appointment is about. So you'll have to stay tuned for that video. I'm not sure if this video is going to be long enough for me to put out, because this last video that I put out, I didn't realize I hardly had any video footage, and it's because I'm back and forth all the time, and I try to vlog as much as I can. I'm thinking I got a lot of stuff, and in reality I didn't. So I do apologize about the last video that wasn't very long. So with this video, if this video isn't long enough, it will conclude. I'll keep it going to the next day, but I'll let you guys know about that appointment tomorrow.
The next day.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Life with Liz. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications, that way you'll be notified every time your girl posts a new video. Hey guys, so we are about to head out to Gabby's appointment. Art is going with me. We are going to Valley Children's Hospital in Madera, so it's about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from our house. It's still pretty early. The only thing is that it's raining. I hate when it rains for me driving. So I'm gonna drive up there because I'm nervous. I was gonna do a story time about Gabby and like her appointment today, but knowing myself, I would probably end up crying. So I decided that I will do the sorry babe, I will do the story time when we get back. Oh, sorry. Making room for big man over here. And then we got cute Miss Gabby back there. But yeah, we're gonna head out and I will do a story time finally about Miss Gabby, either on the way home or when we get back. So we will see you guys. I don't know if they'll let us vlog at the hospital, but we'll either see you guys at the appointment or right after. It has been horrible. I don't think we're going to make our appointment, but this is what we're dealing with. Emergency services thing just came on the radio.
This is a flash flood emergency for Crisco. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take higher ground now. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Heavy rain producing flash flooding.
We're almost there, but dang.
Reported. Impact. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding and low water crossings.
Gabby's been jamming out the whole way. She's been singing, dancing, talking. And her mom's been pooping her pants the whole way. Alright guys, the weather got worse. Somebody hydroplaned in front of us. We're turning back around. I just called the doctor, so we're going to do a telemedicine appointment. We're not going to make it in time, and the weather is just, it's horrible. We're barely even going the speed limit, if even that, and it's awful. I mean, the freeway is flooded. So I'm gonna wait for the doctor to reach out to me, and we're just gonna start heading back home. We may pull over for a little bit and see if some of this subsides, because it's crazy.
Show them the road.
That's what it's looking like right now.
Feel the water coming off the tires.
Yeah, look at that. I got scared when we saw the truck that was hydroplaned, you know, in front of us. That's when I was like, no.
That whole Tesla turned in the middle of the highway and to go make sure he was all right. That's crazy.
Yeah. So we're going home.
It almost looks, it's raining so hard, it almost looks like it's fog in front of us.
Yeah, it does. So they're
We're gonna stop somewhere and go get something to eat because me and Gabby are hungry.
yeah, and maybe some of this will subside or something.
This is intermediate fasting, so she's not gonna eat.
Whatever. And it's intermittent fasting.
Oh, my bad. Spencer?
But no, I'm not.
Which one are you, Gabby?
What I am is I'm nervous. I'm scared.
I drive this a lot with my work truck, but I have a Ford 3500, so it's pretty heavy. We're in a small Toyota right now, so it's like
I'm over here nervous, and
any standing water, you feel the tires.
yeah, you feel it. You can feel it big time in the car. But I don't know if you guys heard.
So look, all the roads are flooded. Look.
Yeah, look. All of that is flooded. All these side roads and everything, they're all flooded. They're completely flooded. I don't know if you guys heard Gabby when I'm saying I'm nervous or whatever. And she's like, Mom's gonna cry. That little jerk. Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, so I'm gonna wait for the doctor to reach back out to us because her appointment is coming up. So we'll be back. All right, so we just passed the highway patrol and look at the roads. The side here is completely flooded. We got a Caltrans worker out here. Oh, I think there was an accident. No, it's construction. I told her, I think there was an accident, but it's the construction up here. Everything is flooded. Everywhere we turn, everything's flooded. We're trying to find somewhere to pull over so we can stay put for a little bit, let some of this subside so that we can get on the road because it's super crazy. Yeah, it's raining. It's super rainy, baby. Do you have your seatbelt on, or did you take it off? Let me see. Oh, you got it on. Are you gonna say hi to everybody, or you're just gonna stare at them? Say, hey, everybody. Alright guys, so we did stop at Wingstop on our way, hold on baby, to grab something to eat and hopefully let some of this weather die down a little bit. So Gabby's already munching on some fries. What you got? What did you get to drink, baby? What did you get? No, to drink.
Oh, she got a
Strawberry Fanta. What did you get to drink?
same as you.
Ranch cheese going on right here. Some ketchup. Hey. And then what did you get? What is this?
mango habanero.
Ooh, mango habanero. These are so good. They're hot, but they're good. What else did you get?
I picked them.
You picked them?
Yeah, I picked them too.
Awesome.
No, I picked them.
Lemon pepper, another good
I don't know
choice.
how my friends want me.
And then
These are Gabby's.
she gets wings all to herself. What the heck? What'd you get?
Lemon pepper. And I got our Cajun or Louisiana Cajun or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna steal one of your Cajun ones, Gabby. Can I have one of your Cajun ones? Yeah, you're gonna share? That's what I'm talking about. Hey. I guess I'm breaking my diet today, but oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. Doing these mango habanero ones first. Bomb. They're still kind of hot from the fire. They have a really good kick to them. Oh, get it, girl. Gabby's dancing. Do it. Hey, hey, hey. Spiciness on there. All right, I'm gonna try one of Gabby's Cajun wings. Oh, you know why she probably hasn't started eating them? They're still hot. The Cajun ones are pretty good too. Different.
Yep.
Alright guys, we're gonna eat, we'll be back. I'm not gonna say we're gonna finish this, but we're gonna eat and we'll be back. Hey guys, so we finished eating and we are now on our way, but it is still raining. Hopefully it lets up a little the further we get home, or in the next 5 minutes would be great, but it's still raining pretty good. So If anything else comes up, then I will start vlogging. So see you guys in a bit. I told you guys that it's deadly out here. Look at this. Hopefully we don't get rear-ended. People are just, oh my gosh, they're just not paying attention. But this is why it's scary. It looks like he lost control. He hydroplaned, lost control. You can't pass, Art?
Not yet.
Oh my goodness, because these cars, look at the semi. Oh God. Sorry guys, I'm looking at the cars that are coming up behind us because we have our hazards on, but dang, nobody wants to like slow down. Sorry guys, okay, I think we're gonna, nope, there's a lot of traffic behind us and we can't pass. There's 2 lanes and it's not safe for us to move over just yet, but we can't go straight because
this guy can't move his car out of the way or what?
No, they're trying. It looks like they're trying. He can't move it. Don't get too close because then I don't want to get hit.
He's got to go.
Here goes Art to the rescue. He's going to go help and see if we can get his car out of the way. But instead of like pulling over and helping or directing traffic, like finally somebody let this guy through, but that's what they should be doing, is slow down and let people through. But oh my God, this is what I was afraid of, like scared of to happen to us. And then right now when we were stopped, nobody was slowing down. I thought we were going to get rear-ended.
He got hit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a lady. I think it's a lady that was driving. She just got off. And see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it looks like she hydroplaned and hit, or she went up the, because there's rock all in the road from like this stuff here. It's all in the road. I don't know if she hit her car or what. Oh, she just fell. All right, guys. Oh, it looks like they're, oh good, they got it out. Oh my God. Oh, look at that's what the gravel is in the back. Yeah, she hit. That's what all that stuff is on the ground. I thought it was rock from the side there. It's her glass, her window. How scary. Poor lady. I'm just glad she's okay. I don't know if you guys can see her, but she's standing there. I don't want to just keep the camera on her because, you know, I hate looking like a looky-loo. I'm just glad she's okay. But here comes Art. He'll tell us the cheese right now. What happened?
He didn't know how to put the key in the gear shift. Like on the side.
Yeah.
Like how this one has this right here.
Yeah.
To pop it open, told me just put the key inside the ignition, turn it once, then put it in drive, then take the key, or neutral, then put the key back in.
She hydroplaned?
Yeah, and then she fell down. You see her?
Yeah, I saw her. Look at all the glass and everything.
Super nervous.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell she's nervous. I'm just glad she's okay. I'm just glad she's okay. But yeah, oh my gosh. So scary.
They're real appreciative. Thank you for stopping. I appreciate it. Like, not a problem. I said, car sticking out. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like,
I'm glad you got down to show them the thing with the key. If not, that car would have still been there. And the cars are not slowing down. That's what's scary, is that the cars weren't slowing down. I'm glad she's okay though. Her car looks tore up.
She hurt her wrist when she fell though.
Yeah.
So it's all glass right there where the accident happened. The accident actually happened right there where she was at. The brake light was still stuck to the cement. Yeah, like they turned around and then the accident hit the.
Well, don't go too fast.
That's what made them flip over.
Yeah.
Not flip over, but
hydroplane.
Hydroplane like that. And then the other car coming the other way is what hit her in front. I told them, I go, if anything, you guys just get off the road, let this whatever, and go to a safe exit right here.
Yeah.
And let them know that you're at the McDonald's, you know. And but the car is still out there. You guys can see the car from there, you know. See that right there?
Oh. I don't think I've ever, I was just telling Art a little while ago, because I knew that it was going to be rain. I didn't think it was going to be like this. And we've driven in rain before, so I thought it's not going to be a big deal. You know, we can still go to the appointment. I don't think I've ever driven in weather this bad. And I wish I would have thought about it. And this car's pulling off of the head, Art. I would have thought of it ahead of time and just rescheduled the appointment, or did telemedicine earlier. I didn't know that they did telemedicine for that, so now I know. Never again. Never again. Alright guys, it got a little clearer. It's still raining, but it did get just a little clearer. Maybe not. But instead of focusing on the road, I'm going to try to do story time about Gabby. So I'm going to try to start at the beginning. I'm sure I'm going to miss spots here and there, but once upon a time, no, just kidding. So we got pregnant with Gabby, and when Gabby was born, so I was due July 3rd, and Gabby was born June 12th. But even July 3rd, when they gave me the due date of July 3rd, I thought that was way too early for Gabby. I thought I would not be due until like mid-July, but I thought, you know what, the measurements, all that, it's got to be, you know, accurate. So according to my due date and all of that, Gabby was only born 3 weeks early. But when Gabby was born, Gabby was born with something called tracheomalacia. So what that is it's an underdeveloped trachea. So anytime that we would, you know, a trachea is supposed to be round and it's hard, right? So Gabby's was soft. So anytime that we would lay her down, instead of it staying, you know, round, it would flatten out. So she couldn't breathe. So she had that, and then she also had GERD. So Gabby had a lot of problems. We would rush her. This was before we even knew that she was sick. I don't know how else to say it, that she had a disease. So we were constantly going to the emergency room. And this is even before we knew about the egg allergy. We were constantly going to the emergency room because she would stop breathing on us. And so I know that you guys noticed that Gabby is very nasally when she talks. That, I feel, was a survival mechanism, because we've taken her to the ear, nose, and throat specialist. She has no deformities on the inside, you know, for her to be able to talk. But I think it's just that when she was a baby, she went through so many episodes of choking. And the only way that she knew how to survive was to push everything out through her nose. So when she would start with her GERD, you know, she's vomiting through her mouth, it's coming out of her nose, so all she knew to do was to blow. So, you know, anything ever was coming out of her nose, we constantly suctioning her out. And then finally, when, you know, she was diagnosed with GERD, I did not put her on medication for GERD. because the medication that they had prescribed for her also caused, after taking it for so long, would cause ticking, whether it be facial ticking, and most of it was that, the facial ticking. So you know, where you just start doing this number just out of nowhere, your face would, and I thought, you know what, this girl has enough issues, I'm not doing that. And the formula that we put her on at the time was working really, really well for her. She was able to keep food down. Going back to when Gabby was born, and they were saying, you know, oh, she's only 3 weeks, so she's not considered premature. Tracheomalacia is associated with premature babies. Gabby was super tiny. I mean, she was 6 months old, and I was still putting on like little tiny clothes on her. In 9 months, she was still in like 3-month-old clothes. I mean, she was tiny. She was a tiny baby, and everywhere we went, even the ear, nose, and throat specialist had asked, you know, oh, is she a premature baby? We're like, no. And she's like, because Gabby was so small, and that also comes with, you know, premature babies. So fast forward a little bit, and I had taken her into her pediatrician, and God bless her pediatrician for sticking to it and still being understanding with me. Took her into her, you know, her immunizations, and this was her 4-month immunizations, and that's when he noticed something was different with Gabby, and so he told me, I believe that there's a developmental delay, and I want to send her to Children's Hospital. And I was so upset. And I think it was that because of the fact that, you know, she had already been through so much, and it was just very overwhelming. And I did not see anything wrong with my baby. My baby was perfect. And thinking back, you know, I look at pictures of her when she was a baby now, and I'm like, my baby was sick. You could tell she was sick, and I was just in denial. So I told him, yeah, like, no, there's nothing wrong with her. Like, she's on track. There's nothing going. He was like, you know what? Okay, that's okay. That's okay. He goes, let's go ahead, and her next checkup, which would have been at 6 months, which was 2 months, he said, we'll reevaluate, and then we'll take it from there. And so at her 6-month checkup, he was like, yeah, I can really tell that she has a developmental delay now. And I was still like, no. And he was like, you know what? He goes, just hear me out. It's not gonna hurt to take her in and have her evaluated. He goes, if I'm wrong, I will never bring it up again. He goes, but if there is something going on with her, why don't we go ahead and find out now and get it taken care of, like get her, you know, treatment, whatever it is that needs to be done, so we detect early and we don't wait too long. And I was mad at that time, and I was like, you know what, yeah, I just to prove you wrong, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take her in. We took her in, we took her to Madera Children's Hospital, and they did a complete examination on her. I just remember how they were checking her little hands and feet, how they would bend them to see how they would go. I hated it. And then at that time, the neurologist had told us that he thought that Gabby had something called neurofibromatosis. And so we would not be sure until all of the lab work and everything came back. And so they called me back. Gosh, it wasn't very long after that. And I remember I went home, and I was so upset. Anyway, so I went home and I looked up. I had no idea what neurofibromatosis was. And so, you know, I called Art right away. Once they told us what he thought that it was, I went home and I started Googling. You know, had no idea what neurofibromatosis was, had never heard of it. And so I start looking it up. There's a type 1, a type 2, and a type 3, which is the most severe. And at that time, I that I just prayed out, please, if she's gonna have it, let her have type 1. I don't want her to have, you know, the more debilitating ones that are painful. Like I said, debilitating. It was a hard pill to swallow. So when they called to let me know that she did have neurofibromatosis, they told us that she had type 1 with a deletion. So neurofibromatosis causes tumors in the brain, the cranial nerves, and the spine. And when you have neurofibromatosis, half of the 17th chromosome is missing. But Gabby had the full 17th chromosome missing, plus 15 to 20 others. So that's why it's classified as a deletion. And at the time, she was the only reported.
Let me clarify something. She had the whole 17 chromosome missing, but she has 15 gene deletions. So
I can't remember. It was something with the deletion. I thought it was 15 to 20, you know, 15 plus chromosomes. But that's what causes the deletion. And at the time when she was diagnosed, Gabby was the only reported case in the world. So we have, up to now, we have nothing to go off of to say, to compare, to say, like, this is how it's going to be. This is what it's going to be like for her. We have nothing. It's just, you know, a learning experience for us right now.
There is a lot of kids that do have neurofibromatosis type 1. The reason why we're saying she's the only one recorded, because there's not anybody that has a 17th whole chromosome missing and 15 deletions going along with it.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty rare. So, not knowing what the future holds for us is kind of a...
Because it does cause tumors in the brain, the cranial nerves, the spine. That includes her eyes. Right. It's a lot.
The main thing is just making sure that it doesn't attack any of her organs, vital organs, things like that. As long as it doesn't, she'll be fine. She can still live a normal life and everything like that. So we just hope for the best, pray for the best, you know, that God blesses us. He already has. She's still here, you know. But
yeah, because
it's not a very easy situation to deal with, you know. But she's, by doctors telling us she's never supposed to walk, talk, or anything of that stuff. I mean, look at her.
And to see her now.
I mean, to see her now, she's already a miracle. So God's blessed us already, and you know, just go with the flow and take it day by day, and hope for the best, you know.
So today's appointment was a follow-up. So Gabby has to be seen every year with neurology. And then she'll also have a brain MRI, so they can check for any tumors or anything like that. And then a couple years ago, Gabby had to have surgery because she had a Chiari malformation. So the spinal fluid that goes, you know, all through the skull, back down the spine, that keeps going, a pocket had formed in her spine, and it kept getting bigger. So what was happening is that at the base of her skull, it was being pinched, and that's what was forming the pocket. So they had to remove bone from the bottom of Gabby's skull. So, you know, we were in Madera for that, and I have to say the neurosurgeon that took care of Gabby, everybody so far at Valley Children's, everybody has been amazing. Like, I have no complaints. Gabby's doing really well even with that, and she was a trooper, man. Like, the next day she was at like nothing, like if nothing had happened to her. And that's one thing that we noticed as she was growing up. Gabby has a high tolerance for pain, but when I was pregnant with Caitlin, I have a little spot on my stomach, and they're called cafe au lait spots. And I had no idea what that was. And I remember my gynecologist at the time had told me, "Do you have any more of those spots?" And I said no. And she goes, "Because you know that 3 or more of those, it's a disease. You know, it's a type of disease." And I had no idea what she was talking about. And that, you know, hindsight, I think about it now. So Gabby has cafe au lait spots all over her body. and she will get pea-sized tumors, you know, under her skin, and she's gotten some already. And so we just stay on top of making sure that they don't get any bigger, and that she's healthy. And that's all we pray for, is, you know, that she's healthy. It was really hard for her, the beginning of her life, because, you know, she had this is why I didn't want to record this, and it took me so long, but love you, baby. The beginning of her life was super hard. Sorry, can you see? It's okay, baby. It was really hard on her. It was really hard on her. It was hard on us to see her, what, you know, we thought she was suffering. And so, like Art said, you know, from how she started to where she is now, I am so grateful and so thankful, and I thank God every day for, you know, sending Gabby into our lives. She's changed our lives for the better, and we love her so much, and we just want the best for her. And the one good thing about Miss Gabby is that she's a happy girl, and I'm so grateful for that as well. She's well behaved. She's such a good kid. Does she have attitude sometimes? Yeah, what teenager doesn't? But for the most part, for everything that Gabby has been through, for what she goes through, she is truly blessed. We are truly blessed, and I thank God every day. I thank God every day that Gabby is here. Gabby is with us. Gabby has overcome so many obstacles that they said that she wouldn't overcome. So even though, you know, when she talks, a lot of people, they don't understand what she says. We do. From where she started, where she couldn't talk at all, and I'm talking about, like, she's 4 years old and she's not talking. You know, she didn't walk until right before she turned 2. So to see all this progress from her, it's amazing. It's, for us, it's truly amazing. And we hope that we can accommodate Gabby as much as we can to give her the most normal life possible, and that she's included in everything that we do. I don't ever want to make her feel like she's not included, or she's not. I never want that for her. And so even when we go places, and just earlier today when we went it's gonna be bad on my part, but when we stopped at Wingstop, Art is telling Gabby, hey, go, because I had just said, you know, let's wash your hands and stuff, Gabby. So Art always kind of like, hey, Gabby, let's go with your mom so she can wash her hands. And I'm sure people look at her and they're like, damn, that's a big old girl. Why does her mama have to go wash her hands? And so there was a lady in there, and she was just staring at Gabby. And then she turns and she looked at me, and I'm staring at her like, can I help you? Like, do we got a problem? I thought the way I said it to Art when we got out of there was, what's the name of the movie, While Drinking Juice in the Hood?
South Central.
Yeah, that movie. And it reminded me of the Wayans brother when he's like, do we have a problem? Because yeah, I hate that. But Gabby has no idea that happens. I see it, but she doesn't, which I'm glad she doesn't see that, or she doesn't pay attention to any of that. And I'm sure if she were to see her, Gabby would probably be like, hey, because that's just Gabby's personality. But that's another thing that I'm very grateful and happy for, is that Gabby is a super happy girl for the most part, and that God has granted me a lot of patience to be able to, because Gabby also had a lot of behavior issues. Do you remember when she used to pull out her hair and she used to bite herself, and just a lot of behavior issues. And I knew a lot of that had to do with the fact that she couldn't communicate. She couldn't communicate to us like something that she wanted, or she's not feeling good.
She get really angry because she just felt like no one would pay attention.
We didn't understand her,
but like didn't understand her. So she would try to communicate in her way, and it was aggravating to her.
Yeah, because we didn't understand.
And upsetting. So that's why we spent a lot more time trying to work with her on her numbers, or.
Well, I learned a little bit of sign language, just like the basics.
Actually, that's the only way we could speak to her from the beginning was sign language. She didn't really. I mean, she understood what we were saying, but for her to communicate back to us
was the hardest
part. Yeah, so she would have to do more. You know, like signs for more.
We learned little things here and there on sign language so that we were able to communicate with her, and so that we could understand what she was saying to us. So when I would say a word, you know, water, do you want water? So I would say it, but I would also sign it. And that's kind of how we got her to start talking a little more. Another thing is she could not say L, so she couldn't say la la la. So I ended up holding her tongue. Like, there was so many things that we've done at home that have helped her progress, that I don't want my baby to fall behind, even though she's already behind. But I want her to be able to communicate. I want her to be able to be understood by everybody, you know. So there's things that we work with her on at home, and we kind of let her be and guide her, correct her if she needs to be corrected. You know, I already know how Miss Gabby is and how her emotions are, her attitude, and she can switch really quick. She could just be mad, but I can get her to calm down and be happy really fast. And that's where I say that I'm glad that God granted me a lot of patience, because I don't know how we did it at the beginning of Gabby's life. It was
feeding her, I think, was one of the more hardest things to do, because
just laying her down.
Anything that was runny, she'd come right back up and
right back out.
We had to get to the point where we had to get stuff to make it like a jello.
Yeah.
So where it would harden, not harden, but it would solid it up more to where it would not be so runny, and then she wouldn't spit it up as bad. So anything that was really runny or anything like that, just watery, it would come right out of her mouth as soon as we fed her.
Out of her nose.
Or out of her nose, I'm sorry. I mean, I remember coming home from work on multiple occasions, and she's already blue in the face because her saliva gets really thick due to whatever that stuff was, the Malaysia and stuff. So I had to go over there and put water in her mouth and clear out her windpipe so she'd start breathing again. But luckily I only lived or worked
not far from the house.
Not far from the house.
Because I would panic. I'm not gonna lie, I would panic. I would try. I did everything that I could, but I would panic.
I remember one time she touched the blender too, and the blender was hot, full of salsa, and it shot up.
It hit her in the face.
And I reacted as quick as I could to take her to the bathtub and wash it off, of course, with cool water, which stopped her from scarring and everything else, because she probably would have been.
Yeah. She got burned and barely missed her eye. But let me tell the story on that so it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
So I was in the kitchen. She was nowhere in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen. I took the lid off of the blender. I had just made salsa. Took the lid off of the blender, turned this way. Just in that turn, she ran up and pushed the buttons on the blender. The blender started, it had no lid. I had just taken it off. I got burned, she got burned. And at the time, I gave two shits about me. I'm glad that Art just ran. I was like, Art. And he grabbed her and ran with her to the bath.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I probably did drown her a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, seriously.
We just wanted to make sure to stop the burning.
Yeah, to stop the burning and cool the burning off. But,
and in all honesty, that is what helped her, because I called the ambulance right away, and we took her in. And they gave us, ointments or whatever.
Yeah, we'll get some more now.
And her face, you can't even tell at all wherever it is that she got burned.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, a lot of things. She's gotten into eggs.
Yep.
Where we've had to rush her to the emergency room. Her throat started to close up. It's been a lot. And so, you know, we're very grateful for where she's at, and it's just talking about it that, you know, is emotional. But we are very, very grateful for her and for all of the progress that she's made, and we're just happy that God thought that we were good enough to care for her. We love her. We love her. I don't know where our lives would be at if we didn't have Gabby.
And I'm sure our love's not any different from any other mother's love to their kids too.
Right.
You know, I mean, they're not saying we're the better parents than
No,
anybody.
not at all.
I mean,
Just for us.
But it's, yeah, you know, your kids are your, I don't even know how to say it, like, you know, like
Your life.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you live for. Make sure that they're good before you're gone, you know?
So yeah. So that is the story time with Gabby. And so we did do the telemedicine appointment with the doctor, and so he did send out something for the referral for the MRI. So we'll be coming to Valley Children's for her to have the MRI done, because that's another thing that we don't know either. Excuse me, with the tumors that Gabby gets, we don't know if she's in pain, because that girl does not complain at all. That's what I'm saying. We're like,
it's more uncomfortability.
Well, not just that,
You know,
but like when Gabby says that her stomach hurts, I know her stomach's got to be hurting, because that girl doesn't complain about anything. And so if she says that her tummy hurts, like, yeah, I'm gonna, okay, let me help you. What can I do to make you feel better?
Or before her surgery, she was complaining about her neck. And that could have been a little bit of what, you know, that pressure on the back of her neck. She was having times where she'd wet the bed and she didn't understand why, and you could tell that it was frustrating to her too. And that's what's frustrating to us, because it's like she can't communicate, so it's really frustrating, because we want her to understand and learn that if something is wrong, she needs to let us know. But it's hard for her to
communicate
like that and be in detail, you know. So hopefully these 6-month and year checkups aren't too far length out of the way, to where if something ends up does happen to her, or we have to have something, you know, we catch it fast, you know. And that's the main thing. So
and her teacher from last year, or whatever, the 2 years ago, whenever she had the surgery, I can't even remember right now, she was so good with Gabby, and she was so patient with Gabby. And so when Gabby would complain about, you know, neck pain or headaches, they would give her time to go and lay down for a little bit. So they would even let her, like, okay, go ahead and take a break. So I do appreciate all of that. And that's the one thing that I am glad that I'm in constant contact with whoever her teacher is. Constant contact. Gabby goes through a lot. Yeah, and the bus drivers as well. And thank goodness that I know her bus driver. Almost all of Gabby's bus drivers have been people that I know. So that's been such a blessing as well for us.
yeah, majorly.
Because it's really hard.
Or my mom works at the schools, and she knows and finds out when something happens right away.
Yeah. Or when she's having attitude and she's not doing what she's supposed to.
There's been times my mom's had to call me on the phone just to talk to her because she's irritated or mad, or someone has made her mad. And like I said, a lot of the time of her getting upset and mad about things is just because she's not being heard.
Yeah.
And or something happened and they're not understanding what happened.
Yeah.
So she gets very irritated when
it's frustration.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
Yeah.
It's frustration.
When she can't communicate, you know. The only thing is that she's always interrupting.
Like her dad.
Whatever.
So, yeah, it's been an interesting upbringing for Gabby. It was a roller coaster of emotions. It was just up and down all the time. And like we said, you know, in the blink of an eye, it just seems like it was just yesterday when all of this was going on. And I hadn't talked about, you know, all of this stuff in a while. So I thought, you know, I'll be able to get through it without getting emotional, without being a big old baby, but obviously not.
If the wind blows wrong, then it goes crying. If the tequila's right.
No.
No, when it comes to Gabby though, yes. When it comes to my kids, I can't even just say Gabby. When it comes to my kids, yes. So that is the story on Gabby. If you guys have any questions, anything that I may have left out, because I'm sure I left a lot out, comment down below. Any questions that you guys have, we are more than happy to answer anything about Gabby, her condition, neurofibromatosis, what we've experienced, anything like that. Just give us some questions down below and we'll be happy to answer them. Hey guys, we made it home safe and sound. Thank you, Jesus. Oh gosh, after we saw the accident with the Mercedes, the white Mercedes that hydroplaned on the freeway. So on our way up, we saw the one that hydroplaned, and that's when I was like, nope, take me home. I'm scared. And then when we saw that other one, and I swear I thought we were gonna get rear-ended. Nobody was slowing down. I for sure thought we were gonna get rear-ended. So after that one, we still saw 2 more after that, and I was like, oh Lord Jesus, get us home safe. I was really nervous. I was scared. I was really scared. It was ugly. I've never been in weather, driving anyway, that has been that awful. And nobody was slowing down. That's what's crazy to me, that nobody was slowing down. But, and you know, people say, oh well, that's on them. No, that when they hydroplane and they hit somebody else, it's on everybody. Man, that was really scary. Really scary. I hope I never have to go through that again. But thank God we're home safe and sound. So Miss Gabby is finishing up our leftovers over there on the table. She was like, can I get some more? So I set her up. I warmed her up some fries. Warmed her up some fries, and she has the whole and she's biting them and putting them back. Got it. Here, come on, girl. Let me put you another one right here. Ooh, drop that one. Okay, look. Those are yours right there. Eat those, okay? Are they yummy?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Little girl can eat. But yeah, thank you, Jesus. We are home. So, yes, I'm gonna call my mom and let her know that we made it home safe, because she was super worried. So I'm gonna call my mom right now, so I'll be back. Gabby's already singing, because when she hears my mom, she starts singing tiburon, tiburon. So she's already, as soon as I said my mom, she starts singing. That concludes today's video. Make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time.